Sander, Man United 1, Crystal Palace 3, a dreadful, shocking, disgraceful start to the season. So many bad performances all over the pitch. The inquest is going on. People are saying get rid of both Harry Maguire and Lindelof. I've heard people say today. People not happy with Paul Pogba. McTominay getting a lot of stick today. And look, there's so many bad performances. Where do you start?
I don't know, mate. What am I supposed to say? What am I sitting here for? Like, you can go for every single player. I think we'll do the player ratings later. Every single player was bad, mate. I can't name one player on that pitch today that did well. Donny van de Beek, maybe, even though it wasn't long enough to really assess his performance. Although he did score a goal, of course. But you go for the whole back line, all awful today. Every single one of them. If we're talking about Brandon Williams potentially becoming a backup right back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka if we get Alex Telles in, what the bloody hell is he doing not playing today then? I don't know what's going on there. Have I missed something? Maybe is he quarantining or what? I don't know what's going on. How many times do you have to see him folks who meant to play shit to keep starting him? I don't understand. What's the situation going on there? Harry Maguire, I know a lot of people are criticising him, and there's no doubt that he's not been playing well recently. But I think, despite his limitations, he's certainly got his strengths, and a good partnership is what centre backs are built on. And for me, if you get in someone like an Upamecano or someone along those lines who's very fast and energetic, they could potentially shadow his sort of weaknesses, if you will. But that doesn't take away from his poor performance today. Victor Lindelof, I don't know how long I've been saying it for, mate. I've been saying it for absolutely months, and it's true. I've praised him when he's played well, but I've critiqued him his overall game for so long now. He's so poor. The first thing a Manchester United player in the 2021 season with Victor Lindelof, the ball came over to him, Victor Lindelof went up and he missed a header straight away. It's the first thing that happened. I saw that. I thought we're going down this season. We're getting relegated. Of course not. But I saw that and I was like, what am I witnessing? He was at fault for all three goals. He was at fault for, mate. Although the second one shouldn't have been a goal. We can get onto that later. The first goal, what's he doing? Not stopping not blocking the cross. What's he doing, mate? Your only thing you've got to do there is block the cross. Not even a shove, not a push, not a foot in. He lets him cross the ball. What am I witnessing? It goes into Luke Shaw. He's too slow. He should be anticipating the worst case scenario and anticipating the cross there. Even though he especially when Lindelof's trying to block the cross, he should anticipate the cross. It was awful, mate. You're going to the midfield. Scott McTominay, I don't want to go too harsh on him, but it was a little bit average today, wasn't it? I don't think he was the worst performer. Paul Pogba, how many times does a man want to give the ball away? What am I witnessing, mate? How many times do you have to get... He doesn't play as an essential attacking midfielder role in that number 10 spot where I can forgive risky, silly mistakes. He doesn't play there, mate. He plays in the midfield where you need to keep it easy and get it to Bruno, get it to Mason, Marcus, Martial. That's your job. Get it to them lot so they can create. If you start playing a position at number 10, that attacking midfielder position, then I'll forgive like Bruno, for example, who can take the risky pass and fail every now and again. But Paul Pogba doesn't play in that position for Manchester United.
But the passes he was giving away today, I mean, look, I thought McTominay was really bad. I thought you being quite easy on him, to be fair. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because he's younger, but he was poor for large parts. On that first half, he could have come off at half time as well as Dan James. But just on Pogba, the reason why he was frustrating me, I always say how much I love Paul Pogba, and the best Paul Pogba is still our best player. However, I always say I just want to see him do the simple things consistently well. The 10-yard passes, the 5-yard. Today, when he was giving away the ball, it wasn't even passes like through the eye of the needle or a difficult part. He just wasn't at it.
That's his job. That's his job in this position, in this team. What I'm saying is he's not playing at number 10 where, listen, all you've got to do is do those risky passes 100% of the time, and then 5 out of 10 times it comes off or whatever it is. That's not his job in this Manchester United team. His job is, as you say, to just do the simple things. Give it to Bruno. Of course, you've got to create every now and again, but he's playing a little bit further back in this team. So what you do, it wasn't even those risky passes he was giving away. He was giving away the simple passes. I know.
That's what I mean.
It's ridiculous.
Bad touches. He just looked like he wasn't ready. Like, I know he's had the COVID situation, maybe not true. He actually looked like he wasn't ready to play. To me, he just looks so off the pace. Me personally, like, I know there's people say about Pogba not keeping it simple, and some people might be watching this and say, "What are you talking about, mate?" I always say he's crap. Or what? That's their opinion. I know Pogba's a great player, but what I saw today, that level of Pogba, I was like, he doesn't even look ready. Like, mate, that Van der Beek, I would have taken him off of Van der Beek earlier.
Yeah, I said that. Not at half time, but I said take Pogba off here, and he did. Me and my mate thought he would take McTominay off, bring Van der Beek on because we needed a goal. But then when he brought Pogba off, we were like, fair play to Ole, because even though McTominay won't get you a goal like Pogba might, he still thinks you've been so poor today, you need to come off. You can go for the whole team. I could do this for half an hour, mate. Bruno's not been on it for ages. And by the way, I want to preface all these sort of complaints with, I'm not saying all these players are bad forever and they've always been bad. No. I'm simply commenting on the isolated poor performance today. I think we've got a future in this team. I absolutely do. And we need to make sure as Manchester United fans that we don't turn on the manager. We don't turn on the players. Even though we can criticise them, we need to stay behind them. We can criticise the board for not giving them the reinforcements, but they need our support. They really need our support.
Well, where do you stand on Ollie today? Because he received a bit of criticism. People saying he picked the wrong team, or why is his best player not on there, and why is he not picking his starting 11? And he kind of said at the beginning the reason why he didn't. But tactically outdone 4-4-2. Ayew and Zaha, like the players didn't look like they were ready for it.
We need to. When we get pressed, we struggle. We saw that against Southampton towards the end of last season.
And West Ham.
That's something. Yeah, exactly. That's something that we need to sort out, because it's actually strange how we've transitioned from a team that love to get pressed and hit on the break to a team that actually shits themselves when they get pressed now. So that's something we need to sort out. But realistically, I think, the first 15 minutes were really poor, but that can happen, right? What you can't do against a team like Crystal Palace, who likes to get men behind the ball, is concede. Concede one, let alone two, because once you do that, it's game over, mate. You've now got to commit men forward, and you're going to get absolutely done at the back when they do counter-attack, because that's their game. As soon as they went a goal up, it's awful situation for Manchester United, because that's all they want to do is get.
But even saying that, Xander, they should have won probably 4 or 5-1 today.
Yeah, mate.
It wasn't like they scored that one goal luckily against a runner play and then camped in and we just couldn't score, mate. Every time they went forward, they looked dangerous every single time, and I think that there is the biggest concern: how open we were. The lack of control that we had, how open we were, how susceptible we were to the counter-attack without Ollie or one of the tactical guys going, I tell you what, I need to plug this gap here, we're too open. Like, there was no answer. No answer. That to me is concerning. I said it. If it went wrong today, I don't want to hear, we should have got Sancho. Forget that. I'm looking at that saying, forget buying Sancho. Spend 80 million on a centre-half, which is crazy because we've just done that the season before.
Yeah, like I was saying to you this before we started going live, mate. Like, even as much as I want Sancho, having Sancho today does nothing. I mean, it improves the first half because you don't start James, who's absolutely awful. Like, that is one player that I don't think has a future at the club. I've said it for a little while now, mate. He's such an unnatural footballer. It's ridiculous. Like, he must be a nice guy and he tries hard, but he's just got no ability on the ball. You can see it a mile off. But the reason why Sancho wouldn't have changed today is because they weren't getting the ball to the full. How many times see Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood get the opportunity to create some sort of play? You never, because they're all just faffing about with it or losing it with Pogba or in behind. Bruno couldn't get it to him. Lindelof was messing about with it. It stresses me out. I don't know what to do. I'm an idiot and I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just so frustrating. I'm so excited for the season, mate.
Bro, 100%. It's just the worst. Look, and you know what? Look, there's 37 games still left in the Premier League.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I know, and it's just the worst start. And I don't care who you are and how calm you can remain when you start like that and see what we've just seen. Bearing in mind the starts that other teams have made or the business that other people have done, you can't help but feel like
Chelsea can be on 6 points tomorrow with 5 signings. There'll be 6 points ahead of us tomorrow with 5. I know they played a game, whatever. I don't care. They're 6 points ahead of us tomorrow if they beat.
Well, we're 6 points behind Palace.
Oh, stop it, Flex.
Forget Chelsea, mate. It's a fact.
No, I know. This is the thing. I know it's the first game of the season. I don't want to overreact. Things happen. I'll look back on this and I'll be embarrassed. I swear to God, I'll be embarrassed.
I hope you do.
I will be embarrassed.
But the team, that's if the season goes well. You might not.
Yeah.
If it goes well, you might go, I was right on the first day.
But we always overreact as fans. We do. That's what we do. I know I'll be embarrassed because we won't lose every game 3-1, mate. It won't happen and we won't get relegated. Do you know what I mean? So no matter what happens, I'll look back on this and be embarrassed. But that's what fans do. We get angry. We get frustrated. Especially, sorry, mate, we haven't talked about that. What the bloody hell is the refereeing decisions going on there?
Well, you know what, Xander? You know what? I
know it doesn't matter, Flex. I know what you're going to say.
I feel like I don't want to talk about it. I feel like we were that bad. I don't even want to get any of that in there in terms of because it was bad, but they deserved to score twice before that, and afterwards they deserved to score twice again. Like it's all our own doing. In
Yeah,
a
but
way,
it was silly though, wasn't it?
it was ridiculous. It shouldn't have been a penalty. Of course
How
not.
is he? No, how is he supposed to? How are keepers supposed to stand? Are they supposed to stand on the line and just do that? What are they supposed to do, Flex? He had
stupid.
1 foot on the line, and the other one was about an inch over. What am I witnessing?
It's stupid, and it shouldn't even have been a handball the first time.
No, that's what I said. When we conceded that, I said, do you know what? No one shoot at the goal because clearly the rule is if it's touching someone's hand, it's a penalty. So what I would have done now is if I was Ollie, I would have said to the players to just whack it at people's hands and then go get a penalty because that's clearly what else are you supposed to do, mate? Don't shoot at the goal, just whack it at people's hands. That's the better option.
Listen, I'll see you at the player ratings, bro. And we'll get the ratings done. How bad that's going to be.
I never get like this as well, mate. I'm never like this. It's just thing is, I'm done with it. I'm done. I can't do football anymore, mate. It's stressing me out beyond belief. It's annoying. Anyway, I'll see you at the player rate.
See you at the player ratings.